Anyway, let's get back to the reviews, starting with The Finest Hours.
We saw The Finest Hours a few weeks ago now. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It was in 3D, and obviously Disney famous mainly for the animation, now Marvel and Star Wars and all that. But this is a very traditional sort of family, a traditional family sort of brave story in 3D. And we'll get to the 3D part. Basically, it's based off the book, and it details the daring 1952 Coast Guard rescue off the New England coast, which has been called the greatest lifeboat rescue of all time.
No, it's been called something else, but you keep saying greatest. It's like, this makes Joe laugh. Explain why.
Because just why? Like, why is it the greatest ever? Like, what makes it so great?
I think people are saying most daring.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
Fair
the
enough,
greatest.
but like,
Most
it's just
daring.
like the greatest.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's a
most
gradient
daring.
system.
Do you reckon like
like-
Craig Gillespie, who's done films such as Mr. Woodcock and the Fright Night remake, which Joe hates because he can't find Fright Night 1 on Blu-ray, the original one, so he hates that. And basically we've got Chris Pine, who's playing a lifeguard as Bernie Webber. He is sort of a very traditional family man. A boat at sea, which is like a cargo boat, the rough waves basically split it in two, and all of the crew at the front of the boat, and they are adrift, and it is up to Chris Pine's character and his crew, including Ben Foster as Richard Livesey, to go out and save the crew of this boat and make sure that no survivors are left behind. And yeah, it's daring. I mean, the boat's got a capacity, but they have to bring all the survivors home, so it's basically the story of how these daring people bring everyone home and make sure there are no survivors left behind. It's a really, really...
What? No,
Oh, I thought you were giving up for
no,
something
it's
there.
just no survivors.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Gotta finish them off quick.
Yeah, but it's what you expect, really. It is a very traditional family drama. It hits all the exact notes you would expect a Disney film to. It's got the emotional beats. It's got the sort of, the family man at the center of it with the good traditional American values. And it's just, there's nothing surprising about it, really. I mean, it isn't bad. I enjoyed watching it. It's very good at what it wants to do. I mean, the scenes of the actual rescue are really well directed. The 3D is actually really good in those, I thought. Some of the CG was really ropey, I thought, but it did look really good, I thought.
It was all practical.
Oh, really?
Well, the waves and stuff, like that was all real rain. I was hearing Chris Pine speak yesterday, saying about that was all real. That was barely acting at all. It was just that was what was happening to them.
Damn.
They just did what happened.
Well, they go. I mean, yeah, but
Very cold, very wet.
But I really enjoyed the 3D usage in this. It didn't feel hackneyed at all. I really enjoyed that part. But I think just the relationship at the core of it seemed just like everything we've seen before. All the stories back at home involving Chris Pine's soon-to-be wife Miriam didn't really involve me enough, even though she was a decent character herself. Ben Foster's character was sort of just the typical, like, I don't trust you, you're going to ruin the mission, and then after he does one thing, it's like, you're my best friend now, you're the greatest, you're amazing.
You could be my wingman anytime.
Yeah. It literally is like that. It's that fast. I wish I could click, and then it's that fast of a. It's like that. That's the character transformation. It's that quick. But I mean, it is a good watch. It does tell a good story. It's just, I think there could have been a lot more done with this, because it is colour by numbers essentially. There's nothing here that surprises you. It's just a decent family drama that has a few good scenes of 3D and a solid lead. I mean, I hope Chris Pine does more than Star Trek in the future, because he is a good leading man. But I know he's in Wonder Woman, but that's going to be Gal Gadot's film, so. But yeah, I mean, I would recommend it if you want to take your family along to something that isn't superheroes or animation or crap comedies.
It's got that sort of 50s tone to it. And
Yeah. I mean, it is very, very traditional, as I say. Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard somebody saying that if this came out in the 50s, it would do very well. It's the kind of big epic that you see. So in that way, it's quite traditional. It's just a shame that the scenes back on land, when you cut back to those, it just knocks the film, like the wind out the sails completely. That's not a pun.
See what you did there.
A boat pun.
Yes. I mean, I could have prepared loads, but I chose not to. I think we did plenty in the
That
hot
would have gone overboard.
Great. No, I think Holiday Granger is fine. A bit of a ropey accent, considering she's from like the north of England. She's not
Is she?
American. Yeah, she's not.
Well.
She's not American. You can tell that from the accent.
Yeah.
I think she does fine. It probably fails the vegetable test. She doesn't spend anything apart from pining over Chris Pine.
That's a poor. That's a poor.
What's
thing
with the
to do.
puns like?
That wasn't a pun. That's what she does.
She pines over
she
Chris
pines
Pine.
over-
I'll
Chris
say
Pine.
that's
Yeah.
the vegetable test is a poor way to.
She has a pint of Foster's Oak.
her character does little more than sit and cry
But I
about
agree,
Chris
she
Pine.
could have done a lot more.
And it totally, when it cuts back to those scenes, especially after these really ferocious scenes out in the sea, it kind of falls a bit limp. And to be honest, I didn't pay a great deal of attention to this film. I wasn't that interested. It didn't really grab me. It felt a bit wishy-washy. Or I did admire the way it was done practically.
And for all of the schmaltz, I did enjoy quite a bit of it.
And
So
I-
as it reaches its climax, I really did enjoy the schmaltz, and I know I shouldn't because it's so predictable. But
It was a proper
I did enjoy
Disney schmaltzy ending.
But
And
I did like
But
it.
I liked it more than In the Heart of the Sea, which
Yeah.
is probably the closest
yeah, much-
comparison in terms of time. I'd watch this again over In the Heart of the Sea, which was quite boring.
Yeah.
But this at least had something to sort of root for.
And purely because In the Heart of the sea scenes actually felt really, really fake.
Yeah,
Like
that horrible big
incredibly
CG
fake.
whale. Yeah.
While despite some ropey CGI, which I guess wasn't CGI, if you see it was all practical, it did feel incredibly real in some of the CG. It was really good. Really enjoyed
the
the
3D was good. The
3D
3D was
good,
quite
yeah.
immersive, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Have I sold this to you guys at all?
No.